Imagine a world where steam power took off not in the 18th century, but in the 1st century AD. Imagine understanding complex surgery or the true scale of our solar system 1,000 years earlier. Sounds like fantasy, right? But this alternate history might hinge on the fate of one legendary place, the Library of Alexandria. For centuries, this wasn't just a library, it was arguably the world's first university, a beacon of knowledge on the Mediterranean coast. Estimates suggest it held up to 700,000 scrolls, an unprecedented collection of wisdom from across the known world. Greece, Egypt, Persia, maybe even India. Its goal was nothing less than collecting all human knowledge, but through a series of unfortunate events, fires, budget cuts, wars, and earthquakes spanning centuries, this treasure trove faded into legend. But what if it had survived, intact and thriving? The immediate impact would be breathtaking. We'd likely possess the complete works of countless ancient playwrights, poets, and historians, filling massive gaps in our understanding of the past. Think of lost Aristotelian dialogues, detailed accounts of Carthaginian history, or forgotten Egyptian texts. Critically, vast amounts of scientific and mathematical knowledge might have been preserved and built upon. Imagine understanding advanced anatomy from Herophilus, who practiced human dissection. Think of Aristarchus's heliocentric model of the solar system being championed, not lost for centuries. Heron's steam engine designs. Could they have been refined, leading to early automation? Could the Romans have had primitive computers based on Antikythera-like mechanisms developed further in Alexandria? Europe's dark ages could have been fundamentally different. Continuous access to Alexandrian knowledge, advanced mathematics, engineering, astronomy, and medicine might have prevented the intellectual decline seen in parts of the West. Instead of rediscovering classical knowledge via the Islamic Golden Age, which itself benefited immensely from texts preserved elsewhere, there might have been a more direct, unbroken lineage of learning. The Renaissance could have happened much earlier, or perhaps been unnecessary altogether, replaced by continuous progress. Imagine Gothic cathedrals built with Roman engineering principles refined over centuries. A technologically and scientifically advanced Mediterranean world, centered around Alexandria, would have interacted differently with the rest of the globe. Earlier, more accurate maps and navigation techniques could have led to different patterns of exploration and trade. Would contact with the Americas or sub-Saharan Africa have occurred sooner, and perhaps on different terms, influenced by a wider range of philosophical ideas preserved in the library? The flow of knowledge between East and West might have been a genuine two-way street much earlier, potentially altering the rise and fall of empires across the globe. Could Alexandria have remained the world's intellectual center for another millennium, shifting power away from Europe? However, we must be cautious. Technology and ideas need fertile ground, the right political stability, economic conditions, and cultural attitudes to truly take root and spread. Perhaps even with the library, devastating plagues, wars, or economic collapses would have stalled progress. Maybe key scrolls would inevitably decay. History is complex, and a single institution, however great, doesn't guarantee a utopian path. Yet, the sheer scale of the potential loss is undeniable. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria wasn't just the loss of scrolls. It represented a potential truncation of human progress, a detour lasting centuries. We can only dream of the scientific marvels, the philosophical depth, and the historical truths that might lie buried in its hypothetical unburnt archives. What specific invention or idea do you think we lost that could have reshaped everything? Let that thought linger.